Hello YouTube, thanks for watching. So in this video I'm going to be talking about numbers, I'm going to be talking about growth, but I'm also going to be talking about lead generation. So a lot of people are going to get a lot of value out of this video, a lot of training. Not only people in LiveGood, but also people no matter what business, whatever business you're promoting. So this is just going to help a lot of people. So stay tuned. But first of all, I'm going to talk about the incredible growth that we're seeing here. So here with LiveGood, all right, in just this month, we're in December, it's the 14th of December here in Japan, but, in LiveGood, it's still the 13th of December and, just under 2 weeks, just so my new members who have joined my team, we're looking at 8,677. That's just within this month, brand new members this month. Okay, 8,677. And what's really, mind-blowing is that I actually did a post literally 2 hours ago, guys, 2 hours ago, and my numbers were 8,542. So, we've actually increased about 135 members in the last 2 hours in our team. Okay, and then yesterday I posted the numbers was 7,207 yesterday. Guys, this is just this month. I've joined pre-launches in the past. I remember joining pre-launches, businesses, companies in the past, and the entire company doing these kind of numbers in 1 month is already pretty good. I mean, this is just my team. This is my own personal team, my own personal downline. Okay. But the company, obviously, the company, I mean, in 1 week, we're pretty much averaging about 25,000 new members a week in LiveGood. Even during times where, typically network marketing is not necessarily experiencing huge growth. But what we're experiencing here with LiveGood is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, LiveGood launched in December 13th, 2022. All right, this time last year, during a time, they took a risk. That was during a time that typically network marketing doesn't expect to get huge growth. But in spite of, we're just breaking rules here. The trends that we normally see within the network marketing space is different than this. I mean, during the summertime, at any time during this year, we've just seen continuous, stable, consistent growth, which is amazing to see. I mean, right now, we had a lot of the deals that they have in America, like Black Friday, and and after that, you have a lot of excitement about the products in different companies going on. But right now, typically, you don't expect to see a whole lot of growth. So we're seeing amazing things with LiveGood, and and really what I'm doing, guys. I mean, now leading up to how you should really focus on building your business. Whether you're in LiveGood or not. You've got to be passionate. You've got to be, really persistent and consistent, and just keep going. So if you're with a company that you've been past that skeptical phase, when you join a business for the first time, typically we get skeptical. Obviously, I mean, skepticism isn't always a bad thing. It just allows us to be cautious. And when we join a company, we need to do our due diligence. You need to get past that, guys. With LiveGood, we've got a $10 a month company. It doesn't take much to make a decision, all right? And, make that decision. Once you've made that decision, get all in, build your business, all right? Yes, multiple streams of income, absolutely, sure. But, what we mean by multiple streams of income is to build something solid. Represent you as a brand. You are your own brand. Represent yourself responsibly for your team, so that your team can simply duplicate what you do. If you're jumping around, jumping into a lot of different businesses all the time, before you've actually, focused on building one thing up to a decent level, your team are going to be jumping around as well. It's, duplication is a real thing, and it really happens, and people are just going to duplicate you. All right. So, focus, guys. I'm not telling you that you have to focus on LiveGood. If you're not in LiveGood, I want to make this video about for everybody, So, for those of you in my team in LiveGood, great. We're focused. But if you're here and you're on my channel, my YouTube channel here, and you're in another business, that's okay. I hope I can have some value here for you guys as well. But whatever it is, just absolutely focus. Okay. So for me, obviously, LiveGood is my one and only. It's my thing. I do have multiple streams of income, but for me, it's not the network marketing space that I have multiple streams of income particularly. Okay, for me, I my 100% focus, my actual daily grind is LiveGood. That's my absolute daily grind. I've got some local investments here in Japan. I've got I've got some I've got some hedge funds in the UK. And I see that as sensible. I've diversified. I'm with a financial advisor in the UK who my father used. And the same company as my grandfather used. So we are. I've got a a history of just simply choosing to be sensible with money. So, I don't need to focus on that, but my main focus is LiveGood. That allows me to build up multiple streams of income. I can, spread my wealth. I can transfer wealth into, the other investments that I've got. But LiveGood is my daily grind in the network marketing space. That's what I really focus on day to day. And I love that. It allows me to diversify. So, so we got a lot going on. Okay. We've, recognition, wonderful ladies here. Doris, Gina, and Joy are platinum leaders here in Japan. Amazing. And I'm just taking inspired action, guys, and that's what it is. I'm a firm believer that we just need to take inspired action. I don't feel it as work or a lot of effort. I feel it as just simply taking action based on my excitement, and that's really all it is. Yes, sure, I do feel that I spend a lot of hours on my business, but I get through the day thinking, crikey, what, it's fun, it's amazing, and I love it, We're on a Zoom call yesterday, and, amazing people on the Zoom, and it was a lot of energy, very, very exciting. So yeah, a lot of what I do on my Facebook, I'm just posting because, from passion, from excitement, and really that's what seems to attract people to me. It doesn't attract everyone. I mean, if you're going to be sat there thinking, should I post more, or and you're worried about what people think about you, that's just gonna decrease your success. You just can't worry about what people think. And yes, I know that there are people who probably hate me. They're fed up with me, and I'm sure that but guys, at the end of the day, if people don't want to follow what I do, they can unfriend me, they can block me, and I'm sure I get a lot of people who do that. But I'm not paying attention to that kind of thing. I'm just really excited, and we're leading up to Christmas, and for me, this is a time of year where it's a blessing to be a part of a set of people who are passionate, who are excited, and that's what I see with LiveGood. That's what I see with the network marketing space as a whole. I see a lot. We share the love, and that's how we make money. We make money by sharing what we enjoy doing. We uplift people, we help people, we inspire people. I didn't get that in the job that I was in. I mean, yes, I was an English teacher in Japan, sure, but and we help people. But that's what I'm all about, is about providing value, teaching, supporting people, helping. But we don't. But the wonderful thing about network marketing is that we don't have to be experts in anything really. And that's what I love. I mean, I didn't finish school. I didn't even go to university. I struggled because of my dyslexia. So I've got, I can make those excuses. I can just sort of say, I mean, I see a lot of people saying, well, I can't do that because I live in the wrong part of the world, or I can't do you know, I can't become successful in network marketing because, you know, I'm a non-native English speaker. Well, guys, you know, some of the most successful people in LiveGood are non-native English speakers. You know, they just, you know, they just do what they can. And yes, they've got English speakers in their downline, or they've got people in their country in their downline, or wherever they're at, you know, but they don't let any of that, you know, deteriorate their growth or their success. So, you know, they're just out there, you know, really pushing hard, doing whatever it takes. They know they just don't need any tools. They don't need any fancy lead capture pages. They don't need any marketing systems. They're just using what we have. Everyone's on Facebook. Everyone, you know, is on YouTube. Everyone's on Instagram, whatever, you know, just use the free tools that we already have access to, and we're already on these platforms. Have conversations with people. You know, it's look at the success going on in India, and I'm just you know, blown away by, you know, the incredible momentum, really, and we're just a part of it. So it's just wonderful, guys. But if, you know, for those of you who are doing your own thing, your other businesses, or, you know, if you're not in LiveGood, sure, you know, absolutely, I'm all about LiveGood, and I'm promoting it, obviously, and I know that you guys are promoting your businesses in your way. But whatever it is you're doing, stick at it. You know, focus, consistency, and just keep going, guys. Don't want to make this video too long. I just want to say that you know, we've got a great business here, but, you know, if you've got other things that you're focused on, I think that's fantastic. I just love being a part of this wonderful industry that has helped me over the years. And, you know, now that I've come across LiveGood, amazing things are happening, and I'm just glad to be a part of this wonderful community of like-minded people. So anyway, look forward to potentially working with you guys. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate you being a part of my YouTube channel, and you know, see you in the next video. Okay, bye for now.